My next guest is a television actress whose hobby is actually rewiring lamps. She can't stand makeup either. Ironic for Kathy Kinney, whose fame has been built on layers of blue eyeshadow, a look that gives her one of the most recognizable faces on the air.
Here you go, pig. Any luck unloading that ring that you got back because your girlfriend dumped you?
Do you always have to add because your girlfriend dumped you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you in a bad mood because your girlfriend dumped you?
Looking like a Barbie doll from the wrong side of the tracks, Kathy Kinney plays the role of Mimi Bobeck, the employee from hell on the popular sitcom The Drew Carey Show. The outrageous attire and the acid tongue lashing she directs at Carey are a powerful package. For many viewers, Kathy Kinney is Mimi.
Everywhere I go, you know, everyone's like, oh, hey, Mimi, you know, because I can't remember my real name.
Could be a secret admirer.
Could be super glue.
You'll pay for this, pig.
Mimi was originally a character just for one show. What happened?
I think that she was just so colorful and so crazy and so mean. And the show's like, everybody else on the show's kind of nice. And, you know, there's something appealing about a lot of anger packaged in blue eyeshadow. So I was really happy when they asked me back.
I hope you don't think that I'm kissing up, but you suck as store manager. I'm leaving.
Whose idea was it for Mimi's makeup, her hair, and of course, her clothes?
I know. Well, the makeup started, I think it was just a bad dream the executive producer had or something. And they wanted someone who was applying for a job to sell cosmetics who was all wrong.
Did you eat a big bowl of ugly this morning?
No.
Oh, yeah, you spilled it all over your dress.
The kind of person you would never, ever go to have your cosmetics done. And that involved a lot of that blue eyeshadow. And in fact, my face is sort of plain, and it holds so much makeup. And he just kept saying, he'd go back and go, more blue, more blue, more blue, until they had it actually goes up above my own eyebrows, and they have to draw new eyebrows on.
How do I know this makeup's really going to change color with my moods?
What about Mimi is like you?
I think that Mimi's honest, and I think that I'm honest, but she takes it to a brutal point.
Mimi, have you ever doing something to my pencils?
Did they blow up?
No.
Then no.
I just stop at being honest.
So how difficult is it for you to be that persona?
It's really the hardest character I ever had to do because I'm a little older, and I had spent years trying to, you know, shed the things that make you, that keep you apart from people around you, the things that you use to protect yourself with, and like anger and, you know, all the things that fear brings up. And so I had shed most of those things, and to call them all back to be Mimi was so hard.
In many ways, Kathy Kinney is the antithesis of Mimi Bobeck, a down-to-earth and somewhat shy small-town girl. She was born in Stevens Point, Wisconsin on November 3rd, 1954, and she has become the town's most famous citizen. Last year, she was invited to be the commencement speaker for her former high school's graduation.
And I'm telling you now, 25 years later, everything's going to be all right, no matter what. Congratulations. Have fun tonight. It was such a great full circle thing for me to be able to tell them what my fears had been while sitting there, and that you never know, because I'm not the kind of person that anyone would have looked at me when I was 18 years old and said, she's going to be on TV, she's going to be a success.
Her high school years were tough. An only child, she watched her father die of emphysema when she was 15. But she says the experience shaped the rest of her life.
You know, I look back on it now, and at the time it certainly was the hardest thing that I ever had to face, but having faced it so young, it just made being older so much easier.
She attended the University of Wisconsin, supporting herself by working behind the scenes in the school's theater. And that's where she got her first and completely unexpected big break.
Got cast in one play because they needed someone to be cranky and play this old woman. And I was in a bad mood one day. They couldn't find anyone, so they cast me. And to this day, I don't know what I did.
Kinney eventually quit school and moved to New York. She struggled to make ends meet doing secretarial temporary work until one day, a friend talked her into taking a class.
The reason I'm an actress is this friend of mine just could not stand to do anything by herself and just kept hiring me. Everywhere she was, she'd get them to hire me. And she was the one who wanted to be an actress and took a comedy class and made me take it with her. And I found out I was funny.
Kinney's comedy talent eventually won her a role in an independent film, a role written especially for her. In Parting Glances, she plays the good-hearted gal pal of a gay couple.
It's true what they say, the good die young. I'll probably live to be about 150.
Kinney went to L.A. for the screening and never looked back. She spent the next 6 years working and appearing in small film roles. When Kathy was in town for our 4th of July parade as the Grand Marshal, we had a special gift created just for her.
Just for you. Oh, how wonderful. Oh, my God. Oh, I love it. Look at that.
And let's take you off the sun.
Oh, it's so fantastic.
Let's talk about weight.
Okay.
Because there are very few women on television who have weight.
I've done it all. I've dieted, I've fasted, I've exercised. It doesn't seem to have any effect on me. I mean, so I've just sort of accepted myself the way I am. And I know lots of women come up to me and say, thank you for being on TV and being, you know, and being a large-sized woman. And I said, you know, it's not anything I planned, and I certainly don't even think of myself as the poster child for it, but if it gives other people comfort to see me on TV being an alternative size, you know, to say Heather Locklear, well, then I'm glad.
Her fame has been made playing a character whose priorities are only skin deep, the opposite of Kathy Kinney.
The series don't go on forever. What would you like to do next?
Wash my face. You know, Chris, every once in a while there's muttering about, you know, Mimi and a spin-off, but I don't know how Mimi could exist without Drew. She has to have a victim.
Move it, clown car.
Shove it, Loadsmobile.
I have love in my life, and you know, and I have a cat that loves me, and this great job, and I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, and I know it.
Mimi is such a valued character on the Drew Carey Show. Producers limit the number of public appearances Kathy may make in her colorful role.